Hi everybody, this is Lori. I just am on to share some books that I've been collecting for my junk journals. Since I started getting into junk journaling a few months ago, and after I made my first junk journal, I just started collecting books and watching videos, and I've been watching haul videos where people show their books and things they find for their junk journals, so I thought I'd share what I found. Some of these I've had for a while, but I'm just sharing them anyway. Here's one. This is Love is a Special Way of Feeling. This is by Joan Walsh England, and I think she's a poet. This is just a little book with really cute images. It has just little sayings and things in here. So it's really cute, and the pictures are so cute. I don't know if I'd use this in a junk journal. We got this free at my daughter's school when she was little, and I've had it for a while. But I just thought I'd share it because I probably could use maybe some of the quotes in here. So I have that. This I've had for a while too. This is a book by American Greetings. I picked this up too at a thrift store not some time ago, and the little images are just so cute in this book. And I remember these images from when I was a little kid. So I don't know that I would even tear this up because I think it's so cute. But you know, I probably could use some of the verses in there. I've been trying to collect little golden books. I'm not having the best luck finding too many of the old ones. I do have two. These belonged to my daughter when she was younger, and we got this one at like a church, at a school. They were giving books away at her school when she was young, and so I got this one, and this is an old one because it has the 39-cent price up there in the corner, and there's no barcode on this book. And so is this one. I think these are both from like they're both from the same year, 1971. So they're fairly old. So I've got those two. I don't know that I'd do anything with those two since they were hers, but I just have them with all my other ones. This one is Peter Pan, and this one is not that old, but it was priced at $2.29 at one time. So I'm thinking maybe it's from the 80s. There is no copyright in this book. Date. There's no copyright date. It's got a little damage. I think a couple of the pages are torn, and it's got some writing in it. It kind of looks like maybe someone cut a picture out of it. So, yeah, right here. So, but you know, it was like 20 cents or something. And then I have this is a brand new book. I mean, not even the spine has been cracked, barely, just in the back. And it's a reprint of a book from the 1950s. It's a classic. And these books run about $3 or $4 or $5 now, so depending on where you are. But I bought this for, well, it was half price. So I always buy the books, the kids' books, when they're half price. And then the last two are the same. I picked them up also the same place. This is from probably the same year as the Peter Pan one, because it did cost $2.29 at one time. And then the Frozen book is from about 2013. So and it's in pretty good shape. So those are my books so far, little golden books that I have. I also found these. I thought they were kind of interesting. Now I don't know what the language is. I don't know, what it's, maybe it's Japanese or, I'm not sure. It doesn't really say. There's no English except for the word that's up there. So it came from somewhere, overseas probably. It was, I'm not sure, not $12, but, something, maybe yen, I don't know, but maybe if somebody knows, they could leave it in the comments. I paid half of that, so yeah, or thereabouts. I think they were marked down lower than what the price was, the sticker. I've been looking for playing cards whenever I go. These I found a while ago. These are vintage playing cards. They're from Neiman Marcus. And they have the gold on the edges. They're brand new in the package still. I mean, it's ripped, but they've never been used. And I found these. Holly Hobby. Holly Hobby was popular when I was a kid. They seem to all be there, and it's the same picture as the box. So these I paid about $2 for. So, which I guess that's not bad. I've also been watching, I don't know, many of you may be familiar with her videos, Gail Agostinelli, and she makes journals out of these, Better Homes and Gardens, cookbooks, and I don't know if hers are cookbooks. I think a couple of the videos I did see of hers, they were cookbooks, but this is a garden book. And my husband is an arborist, and he was telling me some of the information in here is still relevant as far as like pruning and different things like that. Not everything, but anyway, I'm making it for somebody that I know, and it's for my sister-in-law, and her and her husband just bought a new house, and so I thought I'd make a garden book for her because she likes to garden and do things like that. So so this is going to be on my to-do list. So thanks, Gail, if you're watching, for all the inspiration. This book is another vintage book that I found at a thrift store. It's an encyclopedia. It's a little bit embossed here, but it's falling apart. It's in very bad shape, as you can see. It's from the 1950s, 1956. There are a few pictures. This one is the letter A. This particular book goes from A to Argolis. So, I think there's some maps in here. Yeah, maps and things like that. So this I got at a thrift store in another state. So, and it was real cheap, like $1 or something. This book I've had for a while. I'm not sure where I got it. I'm sure I got it at the thrift store. But this is a Hallmark book. And it's a very long book, as you can see. The cover is just so pretty. I like it. And the papers in the book are really pretty. A page has been ripped out here. It was like that when I got it. The papers... Sorry, somebody's texting me. The pages are kind of cut a special way, you know, with that design on them. But it's a really cute story, book about nature and different things. But I just love the pages, and I just love the pictures. They're just so pretty. And this feels like some kind of, I don't even know what kind of paper this is, but really pretty. And the images are just so pretty. And here's another one of those pages, but it's a different color. And it's got that really nice sound. So, and look at those bunnies. Aren't they the cutest? So, anyway, I don't think I would ever use that. I don't know. You know, it just sits up on my bookshelf, so it's not like... But, you know, it's a pretty book. I did find these recently at the thrift store. These are from American Greetings. I don't know how old they are. Maybe they're from the 80s. They could be newer, but it's also Holly Hobby stationery. It comes with the printed, and then comes with a plain sheets. You know, like for the second sheet, if you were writing a letter, these are just plain. And then it comes with the envelopes. So yeah, I found those at the thrift store, and those were $1.97, right up there. The next book are books that, this is what I made my first junk journal out of. I have a set of these books that I found in the trash. They came out of someone's basement, so they're not, they were not in the best of shape. Some of them could not be salvaged. They're from 1958. Well, here it says fourth printing 1958. Copyright 1956. So, you know, they have some pretty neat images in there. You know, I don't think kids use encyclopedias too much anymore. Maybe not, maybe online. But not book form, and this information is probably a little dated. So I don't think anyone would want to use this. But the pictures are pretty neat. And the books are in pretty good shape. Some of them are breaking here along this part. But I made one for myself and one for my sister-in-law, and they actually turned out pretty decent, so I was happy with those. So I do have a set of those. I think there's like 12 in the set. This is one that I found at an independent thrift store. I paid about half of that price. Again, it's an encyclopedia. And it's pretty neat. Inner page, these pages here, the inside pages. I don't know what year it's from. 1963. It's got some pretty nice pictures in it. I don't know about that one actually, but some of them are cute. It's got, you know, it's a children's book, so it's got children's stories in it. And poems. So there's the Wizard of Oz. I'm not sure what that's from. But anyway, it's a nice book. I mean, the cover is is great. Here's Alice in Wonderland. So yeah, there's Alice in Wonderland. So I mean, it's a nice book. It seems like it would make a good journal. It would be kind of big, maybe. That's the only thing. But I thought it was nice for the price. This book is called The Ideals Scrapbook. I've seen a lot of these books. People show these books. I've only ever found this one. Again, I found it when we were visiting relatives, my family in another state. And it was really cheap, like $0.25. And I've never seen one ever since I bought this one. I've looked for them, but I can't find them anywhere. I guess it's just hit or miss. But this is kind of like Christmas. It has a lot of Christmas poetry in it, and images of snow and things like that. So, but it's a pretty neat book. I mean, I was surprised to find it, and I guess maybe not, because look, here's a poem about the Easter Bunny land. So maybe it's just various poems in there of the season. Prayer, summer, Mother's Day poem. So anyway, I just thought it was a nice book to add to my collection. Here's another book that I found, got at a free sale at a school, and it's an old math workbook. And I've never used it yet. The pages are nice and yellow, and at one time it cost 21 cents. And there is a copyright date on here. It's from 1960. So that's kind of a neat book. I like the image on the cover, and the images on the inside are kind of cool too. So I would imagine this maybe was a teacher's book that she made copies from. Or maybe it was just a workbook that kids used back then. So anyway, I have had that. And the last two are probably my favorite. This was my favorite cartoon when I was a little girl. I bought this at a local Salvation Army, and it was $1.95. That's what I paid for it. It's not in good shape at all, but this is a big golden book, and Sleeping Beauty did not look like that when I was a little girl. She looked like this. This is from the movie. So this is from 1957 is the copyright on this book. I think these images, yes, are from the movie. It's got some writing in it, but the pictures are just so cool. They're very vibrant. And here's the 3 fairy godmothers. So, or God, I guess that's what they were called. They're the ones that took care of her. But anyway, I thought I scored. I really just like the book, and I think it's so cute. I even read it when I first brought it home. And here's the inside back cover. I'm sorry about the quality of this video. I wish it was better. And then here is the inside front cover. So anyway, yeah, it's a very neat and very nice book. And when I went to another store in independent thrift store in another town, I found this one. And this one is Snow White and the Seven Dwarves, and it is also a golden book. And I paid 75 cents for this book. The copyright on this book is, and this one is in much better shape, as you can tell. But the copyright is, I think it's like around the 80s. Well, this is the 45th printing, so 1980. The original copyright is, I guess, 1952. So, but the pictures in this book are just so precious. So this one is a couple of pages were ripped, but and there's Snow White. She looks a little bit different from the movie. And I don't know what year the movie came out, but I know when my mother-in-law was a little girl, she saw it, and it had just came out. So, you know, I don't even know when that may be in the 40s. So, but I don't really know exact dates or anything like that. But this is another favorite movie of mine, Snow White. And the book is just great. I thought that I really lucked out finding it. So anyway, that is my small little collection of books. I guess I would like to know, anybody who watches, what your thoughts are on tearing up books and using them. I mean, I love the look of it. I think it's awesome. I just find I have a hard time doing it. I mean, it took me forever to take apart that encyclopedia, and, you know, what am I going to do with the encyclopedia is my question to myself. You know, I'm not going to use it for anything, and, you know, I hate to have them just sit around and, you know, collect dust. So, you know, how do you guys feel about that? I have books that I've been keeping from my own childhood, and they are a collection of, like encyclopedias, only they're children's stories, and there's like 12 or 15 of them, and they used to belong to myself and my brother when we were kids, and I don't think we ever read them. I think maybe my mom read them to us, but that's another thing. Like, my daughter doesn't want to read them. You know, she's a teenager. She's never going to read them. And, you know, they're pretty books. They have some awesome illustrations. And, you know, what am I going to do with them if they just sit here and sit here and sit here, and then eventually I'll have to get rid of them. So let me know what your thoughts are on using books in junk journals, and are using pages from books in junk journals, or taking books apart for junk journals. I'd like to hear your thoughts, and I guess I'll end this here. So thanks so much, and have a wonderful